If you are in Nairobi or you visit Nairobi, you'll notice that there are very few Kalenjins population in the city. Go to the jam, go to the CBD, go to estates. There are very, very few Kalenjins. Yet, if you look at the population, you'll notice they are more than 6.1 million Kalenjins in Kenya. They are the third largest tribe in the country. The Kikuyus are around 8.1, followed by you have Luya, you have Kalenjin, we have Luo, we have Kamba, Somali, Kisii, in that order. But compare Kalenjin population against Somali, against Kisii, Luya, and Luo. Kalenjins cannot be more than 200,000 in Nairobi. And as you know, the city has got more than 5 million people. Now, why do you think there are very few Kalenjins in Nairobi? Such that when during elections, even if a Kalenjin contests for an MP seat, even MCA, it is very difficult for him to win if it depends on Kalenjin votes. One reason is Kalenjins, as you know, they like farming, they like keeping cattle, they like being in their home or near their home. So they don't find it comfortable living in Nairobi. This is why you find a Kalenjin is told, go and live in Nairobi. They come to live with their relatives. After 2-3 days, they start feeling homesick. Then they start preparing to return back home. We also have another case. Look at those Kalenjins who went to school with, college, who got jobs in Nairobi. They finally or eventually sought for transfer and they returned to Rift Valley towns. If someone is working for KCB Bank, they'll try very hard, all means, to get that transfer to Kericho, Eldoret, Nakuru, Bomet, Baringo, as long as they're near to their people. That is where they're comfortable. So they don't like being in Nairobi. And the reason why is because they like being near their people. They like being clustering together. And majority of Kalenjins are in Rift Valley. So that is one reason you can never find them in Nairobi. You will find very few of them in Mombasa. Nairobi, very few. In Mount Kenya, you'll find very, very few. You can go to Nyeri and count the number of Kalenjins. They'll never be more than 10 because they are very uncomfortable living there. Another thing which I've observed is that they don't invest in Nairobi. Even athletes, they win millions. They don't invest in real estate in Nairobi. Once they get money, they return to Eldoret. They build their homes there. They settle. That's why they are comfortable. You'll find a tycoon with a lot of assets, but none is invested in Nairobi. And finally, Kalenjins, as you know, they don't like to start a business in Nairobi. They don't like to buy land in Nairobi. So they just remain temporary in estates in Nairobi because they believe they have enough land. If you go to Rift Valley, you'll get someone with 100 acres, 200 acres. Now, if you tell that person to buy a piece of land, 50 by 100, 10 million in Nairobi, they'll never do that. They never do that because he has 100 acres, he has 200 acres. Try buy 50 by 100 Nairobi for 10 million and they can just build a good house in the village and live there. That is the major reason why they're never in Nairobi, because they believe they have enough land and there's no need. So once they decide not to buy, you'll find them in estates, they rent houses, and since life becomes very difficult, they finally or eventually opt to return to their village. So they never get bothered. And in addition to that, they produce a lot of vegetables, a lot of products from their farm. If you tell a Kalenjin to buy 1 liter of milk for 100 shillings, they will calculate 100 shillings. And in our home, we have 100 cows. We can drink milk the way we want. So they better go and work near their home where milk is delivered for free, where they cannot buy tomato for 20 shillings or banana for 10 shillings or 15. When they get everything for free. So that is the calculation they normally make. In general, it is very, very difficult to remove a Kalenjin from the village because of the lifestyle they are used to and how they like being together in the village. Other communities, for example, the Kikuyu. The Kikuyu, once they reach 18, someone will come to Nairobi from Muranga and then they don't even communicate with their siblings. They mind their own business unless there is funeral at home, unless it's a wedding. So they become very independent. The same case does not apply to Kalenjins. They like communicating to each other, they like being together, and that's why they like being where the majority are, that is in Rift Valley. So those are some of the reasons why you'll never find them in Nairobi.